Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at Soundwaves Heal, and today I wanted to bring forth a healing for Starseeds homesickness. So, this is something I've been seeing a lot, this Starseed homesickness, where you might feel like you are just longing for home, having a deep longing for home that Starseeds and Lightworkers and old souls may feel. Like maybe there's a sense of remembering a higher vibrational lifetime or another star system, or just feeling the density of Earth life as a heavy burden. So I'm going to bring through some Psychic Reiki Healing, some light language, and of course, some trance channeling. All three of those things together is what I call my liquid Reiki Shamanic Healing. And yes, we'll be working in higher realms. I'll be doing a deep, deep clear for everyone who ever watches this video, either now or in the future. So I'm just going to give you all just a minute to get on, and I'm going to do a little forwarding to my group, 5D Daily, which is my Facebook group, and I'd love to see you there. And then we'll start. So tell me now, have you ever felt this sort of starseed homesickness or a longing for something that you don't even know what it is, or feeling like you're not fully in your body because you are just missing something and you're not sure what it is? Or maybe you do know, maybe you're just like, gosh, this life is so hard. Like, why did I sign up for this? Maybe it's something like that. Either way, I've got you covered, and I would love for you to experience this with me. So what you should do for this healing is just take a deep breath, maybe lie back and listen, let the frequencies just kind of roll over you, and treat it like you would treat any kind of healing. And I'm going to do this healing the way that I do other healings as well, which is that I'm going to work in the same way that I work on a one-to-one healing. And the group healings are really very, very strong and helpful. The only time that something in a group healing may not clear you or heal you is if there's really something that you need to know from your own spirit guides, something that they need to tell you before it can be released. So what I'm going to do is make sure that you get that message if you are lying down or sitting still and just breathing and listening when you do this, or bookmark it to do it later, although you can, be here now too if you want. And it will really help in a way that if you're lying back, if you're taking the time for yourself, you're going to be able to receive this message in some way, whether it unfolds in your thoughts later or it comes right away with messages from your spirit guides. But if there's something you need to know before you release a block or anything that I'm clearing here, then it should pop up for you, at least now or later. Or should I say, it should pop up for you right now, or it might come through later, but it will. And that way you can release it. But if you ever feel like you just need a more personalized healing, of course, I do one-to-one sessions as well for healing and up-leveling of the light body. So if you're ready, I will start. I'm going to make this little banner. Hold on. There we go. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Shauna. Okay. Now, I've already begun a sacred circle. And what that means is that, this is all new. I don't like this. No, hold on. Let's do it again. Okay. I've already begun the sacred circle, which means I called in angels to bring in a protective barrier around us all so that we can deeply heal together in a sacred space. And now I'm just going to begin by bringing through some healing of your auric field, some clearing of any psychic interference in your auric field, like entities or anything like that. So again, just breathe and be able to bring in any messages by just concentrating on how you're feeling. And that way it can really help you help yourself with this. Ayara korsi amati analayana yo ayane anso yamana korkosti ania aliariaruku yanayai ayanaku. All right. Today, as I'm doing this live for you all who are here live, there are so many solar flares right now and so much going on that I know that you're really feeling a lot of things popping up. For me, I've had a lot of tech glitches, like extreme tech glitches. And so that's really where I'm starting here right now. It's just clearing the collective energies coming into our field, clearing any disconnection with 5D Earth. So I'm unplugging you all from the 3D matrix. I'm plugging you deep into 5D. And if you're listening right now and you're at work, that's okay. But you can always do it again later, a little bit deeper if you want. So here we are. And just releasing all stuck emotions in the field that we can release at this time. Of course, healing is like an onion, so it's not always everything is cleared all at once. It can be layers and layers. So that's where we are at now. That felt strong. Okay, now the next part, I want to check and see if I can remove all psychic interference in the field. This includes entities, this includes any kind of psychic implants or AI negative, anything negative that you can think of. I could give you a list of like 400 things, but let's just say anything that's not of your greatest and highest good. We ask our angels to step in and help, since this is a large group healing, to help us all release it all. So I'll need your help to ask your angels and guides to help and to participate by just concentrating on this for this time. That felt good. Oops. A little ding for you. Channeling should make you thirsty. Make sure you're always drinking water when you're healing. Okay. All right. So they're saying that's successful. And now I've unplugged you from the 3D matrix, plugged you into 5D. Now, what I'm doing is checking to see if there are any alternative lives. I'm checking to see if there are any parallel lives that have closed down as we're going towards one ascension path. And if there's any extra versions of you out there that need to be folded into this life. So what I'm going to ask is that they're cleared and brought through in the technique that I use. And of course, I teach all these techniques in my Psychic Reiki Healing. Okay, that feels good. All right, next, they're showing me that we're going to do a soul reclamation, calling back all parts of our soul that are not with us or with us in every space, time, frequency, dimension, or where our soul lies in this plane and in every plane, space, time, frequency, and dimension. That we call it back, cleared through the violet flame and through channeled healing to be reconciled with our soul. And that's what I'm doing now. Okay. Okay. Next, I'm going to release anything you have of anyone else's energy in your field, which I've already done in the auric field, but now I'm looking for cords to cut, hooks or anything like that to release, and just anything you're holding on to that's not for you to hold on to because it's not yours, to be sent either back to the sender if it's okay to send back, or to just be released and cleared and transmuted. So this is what they're telling me right now, my guides and my helpers, and possibly some spirit guides of all the people who are watching now and in the future, that a lot of what I'm doing right now does help heal the egg, because it's this part of earth living that is really so difficult and makes things feel really anxious. It's like all this energy of other people and all the energy of the 3D collective, which is very low vibrational and is full of shame, guilt, and shoulda, coulda, woulda, and all of that. And you got to do this, and you should be here by now, or all kinds of regret, things like that. So we're just having to deal with this so much, and it's not what we're used to as starseeds, as lightworkers. We are really just used to a higher vibration. So as I'm talking and explaining, I am still sending Reiki, and so every moment of this includes healing, but I do talk a lot in sessions. My sessions are really interesting because I'm speaking a lot. I'm bringing through so much channeled information while I heal, sending shamanic energy and healing. And then after all is healed, I begin doing, connections, attunements, and up leveling of the body and channels and messages. So that's exactly how we'll do in this one. So I'm still kind of clearing this whole feeling of this disconnection feeling is the part that we're clearing now. And my pendulum's going so fast right now that I'm having to hold on to it really tightly. I know you can't see it. All right, now I'm going to just do a quick clearing to clear all the chakras, the main chakras, quickly, and then I'm going to go a little deeper. All right, and now we're going to do a quick shielding program, what I call a fourth dimensional shielding program, shielding you from negative energies, especially in the fourth dimension and in the third dimension as well, which is just about every negative thing you could think of. So let me do that, and then we're going to go a little deeper. Let me know if you're still with me in the comments. I see your comments. Thank you. Okay, that feels really good. Okay, what's next? So now let's go a little deeper. We're going to start with a root chakra clearing. And of course, this is where a lot of people are being hit really heavy right now. Security, money, possibly if you have any problems with like where where you're living or anything like that. Just, basic needs and feeling supported and grounded there. So let's just do some extra work here. And then we're going to ask that this be leveled up to higher dimensional healing, higher dimensions. If you are regularly working on yourself, you should be able to bring it up to 5D, 60, 70, even higher. And what that means is when you can bring your chakras up to a higher dimension, then it's easier for you to go into those dimensions in meditation or Reiki work or whatever work or contemplation or whatever you do for yourself spiritually. So it really depends on you. I notice that those people who really work on themselves, and especially those who are in my tag membership, that I can usually bring their chakras up really high. But 5D is at least where you want to be able to bring it. I see your comments. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to go to the sacral chakra. And here I'm just getting this nice warm feeling of comfort and just having your sacral needs met. And I'm bringing it up. And this one seems to be going pretty well for all of you who are watching. And I'm bringing it up as high as yours will go. All right, now we'll go to the solar chakra. This is the yellow chakra and the solar plexus. This one always shows me a lot of Fae activity for people who are connected to Fae. So I wonder if you'll see or feel any Fae energy, elemental energy, as I clear this for you. And I also get a lot of sun energy. It's the color yellow. Just always like to bring a lot of light from the central sun in to the solar plexus. All right, now that these three chakras have up-leveled enough for you, which I'm sure they have at least come to 5D, we're going to clear a future chakra that I see. That's a tangerine chakra. It's above these three chakras. It's where our chakras will condense into one chakra in a future time where we are a higher dimension during ascension. And to me, this looks like a 6D chakra. And for all of us who are light workers, of course, we're working on more than 5D, because once we come to 5D, then there's more work to do to help everyone raise their frequency even higher. So that's what I'm working on now. And this is showing me a connection to source. I actually see a double helix, gold and silver strand to source. It's not gold and it's not silver. It's like a light. It just looks like light somewhere between those two colors, and it's glowing. And it's like, that's your source connection is what they're showing me. And they haven't shown that to me before. So that's really beautiful. So it's not a cord or anything to release, but just your connection. It's almost like your universe umbilical cord they're showing me. Okay. Now we're going to go to the heart chakra. So take a deep breath here and let's really release all the hurts, all the things we're still holding on to about our past, how we acted, how we wish we'd done differently, how we've been hurt by others, how we've been wronged. All of that here in the heart chakra is of the past. So let's release it. And we'll act appropriately in each situation going forward, but not hold ourselves to this guilt or this anger or anything that's of the past that is not of the present or the future. So you want to release these things, and not by not feeling them. Let them come up and be released. Accept them. I feel angry, and that's okay. But anger doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't help you in any way over the situation. So you want to release yourself from it. And this one's coming up nicely to at least 5D. And then the high heart chakra above that, that is a fourth dimensional chakra. It is a self-love chakra. This is where we really go into a deep self-love and acceptance so that we can release judgment for others. And this helps us up level to the 5D. So it's very important work, self-love, and it's something we're always working on, right? Especially if you follow me or you're in my tag membership. This is a really important part of ascension that you just can't ignore. That self-love, that self-acceptance. And I'm seeing a lot of light pink energy, which is the color of this chakra. And always, almost always, I see in this space one of these goddesses who work with love energy, like Venus or Lady Nada, who is who I'm seeing here. So Joanne says, I struggle with self-love. Yeah, I think everyone does. I don't think it's unusual. It's part of the human experience, really. Ooh, that feels good. Okay. They're asking me to drink more water again. Now let's go to the throat chakra. Ooh, that was loud, huh? Let's go to the throat chakra. And let's clear any place where we're not standing in our power, where we're not standing up for ourselves, where we're not speaking for ourselves, advocating for ourselves, and just standing in the light here. So I'm bringing in that beautiful sapphire blue light here. Truth, communication, and sovereignty. Okay. And then I'm going to just clear the back of the head, the Alta Major chakra, 6-dimensional, doing a few things there. Ooh, that feels good. And then some minor chakras in the ears to help you with clairaudience. And then the third eye and the pineal gland behind it as well to clear of anything that needs to be detoxed out of there to increase your psychic senses, like fluoride or bromide or chlorine. Got a lot of blue avians with me today, and that's their language that I always recognize. Okay. Now let's clear the third eye, removing any blockages here for your own psychic work, whether you put them there and you're ready to release them, or they're just there for some other reason that's, maybe nefarious, but we cleared a lot of that already. So just what's left here in the third eye that needs to be released, just most likely something you put there out of fear. Just know that you're always protected. You can have spiritual boundaries. Of course, I teach all about that in my own free channeling spirit guide program, which is free and on my website right at the top, soundwavesheal.com/spirit guides if you want. Whew. Okay, that felt great. Now let's go to the crown chakra. This is where I always see that the information comes into the body. Then this is where third eye is where you're gonna experience the understanding of it. It's going to come down into the heart, come down into the body. But first, from the ethers or from your higher self, it's got to come through the crown chakra. So we need it to be really clear and upgraded as well. And there we go. Then I'm going to go beneath the body to the Earth Star chakra. It's one of our 5D chakras, and clear there, making sure you're really connected to Gaia and to New Earth. And I see other openings here as well, like deeper Earth, 6D Earth. If you're connected to these 6D Earth and water grids, or deeper Earth, such as 7D Earth and water grids, or 8D spaces of Gaia. For instance, some of the stuff that we do in my tag membership. So if you're in tag, you've probably done this sort of thing, or maybe you've done something similar to it. So if you're connected to those spaces, or you're ready to be connected to them right now, this is the time. I'm bringing that energy through. And if you're not ready yet, then this energy will just help you prepare for it. I've been noticing this really interesting feeling in my palms lately when I do Reiki. Sometimes it feels very electric in the palm of my hand, and I'm getting that now. And I'm really trying to put what is it? Like, what makes it different than like the warmth or different feelings I get in my hands for sending healing? And I think what it is when it's really strong or really important. Is kind of what I get. I feel it a lot when I work on loved ones. And sometimes I feel it like it's almost like a sign, like I need to give Reiki. Like it's like a sign, maybe. I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. Do any of you ever feel anything like that if you use Reiki in your own work? The sensations can be so different. Or you could feel nothing at all, and it doesn't even matter because it's always working, as long as you keep it on. Okay, this feels really expansive beneath us. And so we're deeply grounded now, which is really going to help a lot, because as we're getting to the main heart of this healing, then we need to get to the part that keeps us longing for home. Because really what the guides and the light beings I speak with say is that we really have committed to come into this life and to experience ascension, experience all these earthly things. And so we need to really commit to it, come fully into the body and commit to it, and just know that there is this 5D version of us, there's higher versions of us and we'll even see 5D in this lifetime. And it's going to be really amazing. So let's make the best of it. Let's commit to this life. It's come fully integrated into our body. Okay. But before we get to that main part of this healing, I just want to make sure the 5D chakras above your head are also clear. So above your crown, there's the soul star chakra. And that's where the seat of the soul is. You have your soul there, or most of it at least. And that's looking good for you all. And then there's a causal chakra. It's how I see like a balance of male and female energy, and some other things can be there as well. It's something that we're always working on. So when I say the balance of female and male energy, I mean the balance of ascended female and male energy, not toxic male, toxic female, but this divine femininity, divine masculinity in balance. There we go. Now we're going to go to the time transcendence chakra, as I call it. This is the chakra where you might have a rip or tear. If you have a lot of astral bleed in, bad dreams, really very physical bad dreams, or they feel so real, kind of like a horror movie in your sleep. This is likely what's happening here. So I'm asking for that to be healed for everyone here if they have that problem. This is kind of where you're this is one of the chakras that you're using to just astral travel in your sleep and to work in other realms. And you also use the back of the head to the Alta Major chakra as well. These two kind of work together in the way that I see it. I don't see other people saying that, but that's how I always see it when I work on people. And sometimes when we go through ethers, the astral, we can make a tear when we come back if everything's not, protected, or even when things are protected. Sometimes these things happen. So anyway, that should be healed for you. If not, you might need a more private healing, but I think it should work for most 99% of you. Then the next chakra is the stellar gateway. This is the ascension chakra. I always see Archangel Metatron here, who is, yes, a beautiful ascension angel of the light. Anything else that you've heard about that is a false narrative. Bringing in beautiful gold light from the central sun. And then above that, I'm just going to do a quick clearing of these very high dimensional chakras above that, which is, I see the 6th dimensional chakra. It's like a me chakra. I see your monad star, which is like you and the other, all 144 souls that you are together in a soul group with. And then above that, I see different chakras for different people. And these really don't ever need a clearing. All I'm really doing is giving them energy to help you with your ascension path. All right. And now this is so much highlight, and we're working today to really firmly be in our body. So now I'm going to anchor all this into the body, and let's work on coming into our body fully, really committing to this life as we committed to do before we came into it. Know that everything happens for a reason, and every negative thing that happens is just a lesson. And when we find out what that lesson is, it will alleviate, and you can see in your life everything wonderful that's ever happened to you. If you trace back to how you got there, came from one of these events that feels traumatic. So everything happens for a reason, and you can find that in your life. So let's fully commit to this life. It's going to be a really wild It's going to be a really wild ride. There's a bunch of things that are going to happen in the next year that are just going to blow your mind. That's what my guides keep saying. And so let's be fully committed. I mean, this is going to make a great story when we're 5D, right? Or when we're in our next life. My pendulum's going so fast right now. I have to really hold on to it. It's like spinning as fast as it can. And I have to show you my pendulum. It's really big, so it's heavy. Because for things such as this, where I work on such large groups of all the people who will ever watch this video, I have to have really strong quartz pendulums, because quartz is just the stone that I work with the most. So you can see it's a really big one. It's a Brazilian Lemurian quartz crystal. I see your comments. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming live. Okay. Let's just take some deep breaths. They're letting the energy settle for a minute. Coming into our bodies. I have cleared the auric field and the chakras, up-leveled the chakras as appropriate, and just cleared all negative energy and anything draining your energy. And so then we just ask if there's anything else that needs to be done for each one of us, that they do that for us now. As we just feel the aliveness in your body, feel yourself coming into the present moment, feel yourself just really inhabiting this body fully. You can imagine just yourself as your soul, like a humanoid light, being of light. And it's just fully coming into every crevice of your whole body, all the way to the tips of your toes and tips of your fingers. And you're just inhabiting, right? So just imagine that for a minute. Your light body's like fully inside, right? And then we're going to relax and let it kind of go out into our auric field as well. Hi, everyone. I see you in the comments. Okay. All right. Now, the beings who are here want to address this homesickness. the starseed homesickness, where we feel like we would just rather be there because it's so hard here. And like they've already said over and over, this is something we chose, and it's something we just need to commit to and accept, as they just bring in some healing for this homesickness. Okay. We're asking all of our starseed guides, all these beings who are helping us in this life, who we knew in a past life were our friends, our family, to just step forward for us, stand around us in a circle, and start sending us all their healing and their light in this healing to alleviate the starseed homesickness that we feel, this longing for home. They want to give us an appreciation for the beauty here on earth. And so that's what they're doing now. And then they're showing me a beautiful crystalline grid that they'd like us to connect to. This crystalline grid is a starseed grid, and it looks really beautiful, like just a white color. Just it almost looks like a star in itself, and it's just a beautiful grid that they're connecting us to. It almost looks like a diamond too. It's in its the full dimensional view, but it looks like a grid as well. It's hard to explain, but this is what they're connecting us to, and this is going to help us connect more deeply to our starseed helpers, and just to help us find our place and our purpose here. So as we connect to this, it connects us to ourself in a higher dimension, ourself in a higher incarnation, our soul, who knows why we're here, who knows what our path is here, and how it connects to our past lives, and how it connects to our starseed home and our starseed helpers, and will help us, find that faster if we haven't already, or define the definition of what that means for us. We'll have a cat meowing to hear. I'm gonna have to let the cat in. She wants to help. She's a starseed herself. All right. Now, let's see what they want to bring in next. I'm feeling, now that we're connected to this grid, I'm seeing a lot of light coming in, a lot of galactic streams of light, up-leveling the light body, healing us deeply, helping us. They say the answer to the homesickness is to find your path here. And that's really what can help you the most. So that's kind of what they're bringing in. It's like these streams of understanding why we're here, and understanding our past lives, or the most important things that we can bring from our past lives. So they always show me this, that in our soul star chakra above our head is all of our memories, but we can't hold them all the time in the 3D. So they kind of swap in and out of our consciousness. Like we might remember something one time, and then that'll be gone. We'll remember something else another time. And so when spirit guides talk about bringing in more light into the light body and expanding your light body, what they are always talking about is that the trick to doing that is to release density. So when we release what no longer serves, what we were doing in the beginning, my cat's making a lot of noise, I'm sorry, what we were doing in the beginning to release all of the hurts and anger and anything else that we're holding on to from the past, grief. Grief is a little more difficult, but guilt, shame, anything like that, we have to release that. And as we do, we allow more room for light to come into our light body and to build our light body. Do you hear how pitiful my cat sounds? I think this healing is, it's still going. I'm going to give you a second and I'm going to pull some cards for everyone and give everyone a few messages here. So hold on a second. Oh, here she is. Maybe she'll stop. Yes. You going to say hi to everyone? Okay. Let me get some cards. I forgot to get them before. I think I want to use the Rebecca Campbell deck, the Starseed deck, which I have right here. Woo! I have a lot. Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Can't you just let me use for 1 hour a day? 1 day a week. There you go. Okay. Oh, that's funny. I see your comments. Yes, my cat's name is Kirby. Your cat's answering mine. I love it. Okay, we're going to use a Starseed Oracle, and let's see what messages I can bring through for everyone. And there's a little more liquid Reiki they'd like me to bring. So my Kirby cat here, she's Lyran. Her soul is Lyran. Not just because she's a cat, but that just is what she is. And so she loves to come and help, especially when there are a lot of Lyran Starseeds here, which I think there must be if she's showing up. This Amorous. Okay, she's helping out with her healing as well. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2 cards, they say. And this one is upside down, which for me means it needs a healing, and a very interesting. It's Earth School, right? That's where we are, Earth School. Life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So our guides and helpers are really saying, this is so important. We have to remember that this is a Earth School. This is where we're at. We're learning about life lessons. We're growing our soul. When we go back to our soul, we'll have learned so much. And even the parts that we hate about Earth right now are going to be like, it's going to be the greatest topic of conversation of how we improved our life, right? Okay. And there's a healing to bring with this to help you just really come into this understanding, to see Earth as a school, as a, I like to say, as a quest. So let's see what we can bring through for healing. And I definitely want to bring in my Starseed guide and helper, who is Alparbium, Blue Avian, at the end of this. Okay, so. All right, I think that was actually some Lyran sound healing. Huh, kitty. Yeah, it definitely was. All right, so I'm just asking what's next. Oh, they're saying there's another card. Okay, loosen your grip. This is the next card. Coping mechanisms, destiny, addiction, let God in. Okay, if the word God triggers you, then let's just let that go and think the universe, or however you want to think of who we all come from, who we're all a part of, the one, the universe that we are just a small expression of. So loosen your grip. The message I get from this is to really watch how you try to control your destiny or parts of your life, thinking that you know the best way to go. You know the answer always. You know how you'd like it to go, because we all get stuck in this. It's like we ask spirit or our angels to help us go in this direction and do it this way, because this is the way we see that it's going to work, and this is the way we see is going to make us happier, or bring us more joy, or make your life easier. But the universe knows better than that. And so if you hold too tight to how you think it should be, then the universe cannot help you so much. You're going to get stuck. That's what a block really is, something like that. When you have a block, it's not permanent. And you really even shouldn't say, I have a block, because it makes it more permanent per law of attraction. Instead, let's loosen our grip on how we think things should go, the how, and just focus on the outcome, right? We want the outcome to be a feeling of feeling happier, more joyful, and loving our life every moment, and not feeling much stress about our lives, or whatever it is, instead of thinking, well, I have to succeed in this one thing to do this thing, and then I'll be financially free or whatever, Instead, let spirit guide you and learn to find the happiness you can in this moment, because tomorrow is always tomorrow and later is always later. And if we're always waiting for later to be happy or to find joy, then we're never going to experience joy in the way that we should. And this is always everyone's number one regret as they are dying, or they become elderly and look back at their lives, or even now, you don't have to be elderly to be like, oh, I wasted a lot of my time worrying, right? So loosen your grip. That's the message. And now I'm just going to conclude by bringing in, I'm going to bring in Alparbium and let him speak to you a little bit. One last message, trance channel. And then we'll finish up. But I don't have a little thing. I have to write it. He's a blue avian being. And they call themselves the Kier, or that's at least what they tell me. So let's see. I have to fix this. Okay. Here we go. Hello, I am Alparabium. I am pleased to come in and speak with you at this time. We ask you to open your heart more fully to the life you are living now, to find more appreciation in your everyday moments, and to focus your life on what is going well, and to release and accept all the things that are not going well. To find humor in your everyday life, and to not push away your problems, to ignore them, but to only accept them and not let them rule your emotions and your life. Do not let them pile up on you. Do not let them take a hold of your life. And if that does happen, to know that that is also a normal part of living a human life, and to say, oh, it's happened, and now I release it and return back to my centered self by doing whatever it is I need to do to get there. And not hold shame for not being perfect, not perfectly walking the way, not being a perfect light worker, not being a perfect leader. For there is no perfect leader, and everyone has their moments. You may not see this on social media. You see the best of everyone. But all humans have their faults and pitfalls and low vibrational moments. It's what you do after that moment that matters. And whether you get stuck in an emotional hole and need another light worker to pull you out or not, it does not matter. As long as you eventually climb back out, get clear and sovereign again, that is all that matters. And to go forward, always going forward, I will reveal to you that much is happening behind the scenes, and you will begin to see some beautiful wonders and incredible happenings coming soon. And so it is important to check in with your energy every day and to really bring that energy into a focused, calm place for you to go forward every day so that you are always ready, and to forgive yourself when that doesn't happen. And we send love. Well, I could feel him really strongly until Kitty meowed, and then he was sort of fading back. Felt his beak and everything, yeah. Okay, so here's the end of the Starseed Homesickness Healing. If you're just coming in, I see some people just coming in, hi. Then you can watch it again on my YouTube channel at Soundwaves Heal, along with many, many other liquid Reiki sound healings. So here's the end. I think Kirby's helping here, my cat. I hope this helps. It's been really rocky. If you have some programs of mine, I'm sure you received my email yesterday, or many crazy things have happened this week to me. I lost all videos. I'm having to restore them. Went to get my hair done and some freak thing happened and it turned purple. So many things have happened this week, but what can you do but go on and try to find some humor in it? And that's what I'm doing. And I hope you are too. And I hope that this helped. And I'll be back next week with another healing. I'm going to bring as many healings as I can through in these live and 5D lives on Thursdays this month in December 2025. So I think that will help you a lot. Okay, I'm sending you lots of love. Bye. Say bye, Kirby. Will you let me pick you up? Maybe not. Can you show your sweet face? No. I'm sorry. That didn't work out. Okay, thank you all. Thanks so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And have a beautiful weekend, beautiful week. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you for watching. I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. I love to help lightworkers trans-channel messages, light, and healing in higher dimensions. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow on social media. And consider checking out my Tag Lightworkers monthly mentorship program.